Hello! Welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, sometimes known as the Beast, amongst other things, and this is just going to be a quick sort of collection update. Just 3 records to show. One of them has actually the potential to be my album of the year. We'll go into that in a little bit later on. If it's the first time watching any of my videos, thank you very much for taking the time to check out. If there's anything that you find entertaining or interesting, or you got like pity for me or anything like that, please consider subscribing. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the party. Hopefully you'll find something worthy of sticking around for. If you're an older subscriber, obviously it goes without saying, it's very much appreciated, and see what we can do to try and keep you entertained. So, rather than just sitting here waffling and being all subscriber obsessed, number crunching type thing, let's show some metal. First up is the band Yslet. Apologies if that's absolutely butchering of the name. This is their release called Blod Bevager Tidens Hjul. Obviously that was flawless Danish translation. This is a compilation of their first 2 EPs. The record label is called Nattertail. This came out, or this compilation was released in 2019. These gentlemen are from Denmark. There's not a lot research wise to be said about them. Apparently they've only released the 2 EPs that are included in this and a 3rd EP, which I will, if I see it, I will try and grab it. This is black metal, as I said, and it's very much these 2 EPs were originally released on cassette. The production on it is quite full, quite heavy, not lo-fi as you'd expect. Now, on when I was doing some research, it said they were actually demos. If you go on the Encyclopedia Metalum, it says they're actually fully produced EPs. So, to be fair, the production does sound better than it would be if it was just a demo. The riffs on every track, there's 8 tracks spread across the 2 sides. The riffs on every one, they're as catchy as hell. The vocals are they're harsh, but they're not shrieked as you sometimes would associate with black metal. Inside it we get a little inlay card. It doesn't really say a lot about it. And a photo of the gents there, and then the EP stroke demos, whatever you want to call them. This came on black wax. This was a blind buy, purely because of the hype sticker that the shop had wrote on it, explaining about it being, I think they actually said it was the 2 demos, but yeah, it's really good. There's a lots of bands that disappear without trace, and I don't know if any of these gents have gone on to anything more substantial, or joined other bands, released other stuff. But if as a blind buy, and I'm pretty sure it was around the £10 mark, it wasn't very expensive at all, so I thought it was well worth a gamble. And yeah, I'm definitely pleased to have it in the collection. It's been spun quite a lot. As I say, the 3 albums I'm going to show are predominantly what I've been listening to the past week to 10 days. Which, when you say 3 albums in 10 days, it doesn't sound a lot, but that'll become a bit clearer later on as to why. So yeah, so that's Yslet again out, and Blod Bevager Tidens Hjul. I will try and link the 3 releases in the comments below, and also I'll try and write it down like somewhere so you can read it, rather trying to understand what the hell I'm chatting about. So that's that one. Now a while ago I bought an album by this next band purely because of the album cover. Came home, played it and was absolutely blown away. I haven't shown that album on here yet, so that will be on a future update. However, I was that inspired by that one album, I then thought, well, I need to grab some of the other stuff, and fortunately I found quite a lot of it. This is the band, Meinwerfer. This is their second album called Nihilistischen from 2012. This is the second full length, and this version is a reissue on Osmos Productions from 2022. Osmos Productions have pretty much everything these gents have released on their website at the moment, and decently priced as well. I know you have to take into consideration the shipping and such like, but these gents are from America. This is black metal that's all themed around World War One. This is, at this moment in time, this band are the top of my list of, not really sure what to listen to, right bang one of their albums on. This is absolutely superb. The intro music, it starts with the sound of like waves lapping on a shore. So far through it, then there's a radio message comes. Excuse me. A radio message starts to play in German, sort of like maybe some type of a propaganda type thing, or a warning. I don't really know, because I don't speak German. Again, I sometimes struggle to speak English. And then there's an almost cinematic soundtrack begins to play underneath the German radio broadcast, and it sort of sets the tone for what to expect. Now, the first proper track is called Sea of Nihilism. When that kicks in, that is like an artillery salvo dropping on your head and just never letting up. It is absolutely fantastic. It pulls no punches, it's a full-on sonic assault, and it just leaves you wanting more and more and more. There are a lot of sound bites that you would expect to hear relating to the World War One, and that just adds to the overall atmosphere is probably not the right word, but that type of thing. And it's it's flawless. The drumming on this is absolutely first class. It's incredible, and to be honest, the whole musicianship, instrumentalization, production, vocally, everything about this album is absolutely first rate. There are a lot of riffs on this that are they're really, really memorable, and they're very it's going to sound silly, but they're intrinsic to each song. It helps build the story. Now the lyrics are in English. Meinwerfer means mine thrower or mortar, and it is an absolute explosion of music. This one is on black wax. I think there is different coloured variants, but you know around like the colours. But yeah, if you get this has got quite could almost be classed as like a death metal sound to it as well. You know, it's not lo-fi that you would expect with a lot of black metal. It's just absolutely, it's stunning. Some of the guitar solos in this are quite reminiscent of, I wouldn't say thrash metal solo, but there's that type of feeling to it. Again, I'm saying the same thing again, but this is absolutely incredible, and this is the one I've spent the most time with, apart from the initial one I bought, which I haven't shown yet. I got this one before I actually got the debut release, so I haven't actually listened to the debut release yet. I do own it now. I think I've got everything now, apart from maybe one compilation album, because they're just one of those bands that they've clicked with me straight away, and I know for a fact that I'm never ever going to suddenly say, nah, I don't like them anymore. I've grown tired of them. It's a fascinating subject. It's a lot different than the mystical, spiritual, or it's satanic type of bollocks. The name Mine and Werther and the fact that they sing about World War One, I'm doing a little bit of reading up on them, and obviously there's the Reddit crew that say, oh, they must be an SBM. Far from it. They need to seriously give themselves their heads a shake, them type of people that instantly associate a German sounding name with a war themed release as being Nazi orientated. It certainly isn't. So that is Mine and Werther, Mine and Werther, and Nihilistischen. Flawless German. Flawless Norwegian earlier, Danish, wherever it was. No German. On a roll. Right, this next one is quite simply, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. This is the latest release from Pechars de Ver. This is Die Berg, came out 2024. This is actually only the third full length on Kunststahl Productions, and yes, I took a time saying that so it didn't sound extremely rude. This is from Switzerland. This is flawless. This is an incredible piece of music. Now, straight off, it is over 100 minutes long, so it's not something you're going to stick on while you're doing the dishes or ironing a t-shirt or wherever. This takes some serious commitment to listen to. The first track is 18 minutes and ever so many seconds. When you listen to it and you get enraptured by it, it doesn't feel like it's 18 minutes and however many seconds. And the whole album, say over 105 minutes or something like that, it doesn't feel like it's a 105 minutes album. I have listened to this, fortunately we've had two pretty long train journeys this week, so it's ideal. This is just, I mean, I'm showing you the cover and the back of it, you can't even see the writing on it. And the inner labels, the inner sleeves are the same. It's a 3 vinyl edition. And it's not cheap either, as is none of his stuff. But I'm so glad I pulled the trigger and got the vinyl. I did actually listen to it once digitally beforehand. It's only on black wax. The inner sleeves, they're all very much samey. There is actually lyrics down there, you can barely see them. It's not very easy to read at all. All 3 of the inner sleeves are the same layout, same font and everything. But this is such an icy, atmospheric, quite disturbing, it's sort of, the production's a lot better than their earlier stuff. Was very much lo-fi. A lot of the demos that were released, because even though they've only had 3 full lengths, or he's only had 3 full lengths, there is a lot of demos being released and EPs and such like. The production on this is a lot more rounded. However, that doesn't detract from just how raw and dissonant and icy and cold and just bloody awful the atmosphere is. It's a testament to just how incredible he is at his craft, that he can create something like this that drags you in, and it's sort of, it can be uncomfortable at times, it can be quite overpowering at times, but it's also somewhere where you don't want to leave it. I can't begin to listen to this and stop halfway through. I have to go right through to the end. Some records you know straight away, yeah, it's a yes or a no. This one is an album that does need time, obviously, and it also, the more times you hear it, personally anyway, the more times I play this and hear it, the more enjoyment there is, the more uneasiness there is, the more just appreciation of what a fantastic creation this is. This is quite easily the best thing I've heard this year. The only reason I would possibly not say it's my #1 album of the year is because of the fact of the amount of spins it will get in comparison to, say, a normal 35-40 minute album. But as a standalone item, this is absolutely phenomenal. If you only listen to one record I ever recommend out of all the videos that I've done, I would highly suggest that this is up near the top of your list, because this is absolutely flawless. And again, I'm using the same words as I often do, but there's something about this record that makes it so intriguing yet unnerving, and captures your imagination. You can imagine a long train journey, sat with headphones on, listening to this, totally immersed in everything that happens. It's a good job the train was stopping at the final destination where I was getting to, otherwise I could have ended up in Timbuktu, anywhere, wherever. So yeah, this is the best thing I've heard this year. This actually even surpasses the Gom Jabbar release, and that is just fucking flawless. I've showed that in another video on CD. This is well worth checking out. Yes, it's very expensive for what it is. Yes, it's a very long 100 and odd minutes, which well worth. It's absolutely superb. Stunning, stunning release. So that's it for this little update. In the background we are listening to, this is called Dark War Eternal Volume. It's either Volume 3 or Volume 111. It's the New Year Productions label sampler for 2024. I got this free with a couple of purchases that will be getting shown in a future, would it be classed as controversial update? Possibly, because of the bands that will be in it. But yeah, we've been there, we've done that, we aren't bothered anymore. So yeah, that's what's playing in the background. If you've enjoyed this little black metal interlude, and there's anything of any interest, please pop down in the comments and give me your thoughts or any questions you may have that hopefully I can answer. Again, subscribe is just, every time I look and it's gone up by one or dropped by a couple. The core people that always seem to come back to my videos, they're the people who are highly appreciated. They're the people whose opinions I respect, and anybody that takes the time to watch this fat bald idiot waffling on about music, you have my gratitude. As always, look after one another, enjoy whatever music you're listening to, enjoy whatever genre you're listening to, and until next time, we'll be back with probably a grind metal update. I don't think I've done one of them, but we've got a bit of grind in the collection recently. So anyway, I'll leave you there and say, as always, till the next time, cheers!